Hey everybody, I'm the Ranting Monkey, and today we're going to talk about an unspeakable evil. Let me just start by saying I didn't want to talk about this again so soon. If you're MGTOW and you're happy, more power to you. I wish you all the best. But some of you are humorless and I hurt you and I want to make up for it. I want to mend fences as only I, a true uniter, can. So I'm going to give you one more chance. A recent commenter on my Angry MGTOW video has told me I need to watch Sandman if I want to know what the movement is really all about. I know I'm not supposed to call it a movement, but you guys get just as upset when I call it a cult, so I'm sticking with movement because I'm a nice guy. Anyway, I tried explaining to this guy that I had already watched and even responded to Sandman. I had to explain that twice. That's the point at which another commenter responded with a link to the video we're about to watch. I warn you, if you're easily frightened, or a humorless MGTOW who can't take a fucking joke, turn away now. We're about to enter the world of the Vagina Monster. Seriously, that's the name of the video. Vagina Monster.
Hi everyone, Sandman here. Today's video is brought to you by a donation from Dennis, and he didn't give me a specific topic, so I wanted to give men out there a warning about how women can turn you into a walking, talking zombie.
Thanks, Dennis. We all owe you a debt of gratitude. Before we go any further, I just want to remind everyone, I didn't go looking for this. This guy keeps getting suggested to me by pissed off MGTOWs who are upset that I made fun of a fucking lunatic. They insist he's going to save me from my wife divorcing me and taking my children away and leaving me a broken shell of a man. I did not go looking for this shit. It keeps being pushed on me, and I'm just trying to be nice here.
Inside every single woman out there are hormones called copulins that are used to drug a man and control his mind.
I bet you can't guess how these zombie-producing copulins are administered to unsuspecting men. I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with vagina. I wonder if the people at The Walking Dead know about this.
This isn't some sort of conspiracy theory, and when I first heard about this, it reminded me of the original film, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where aliens come down from another planet and take humans and turn us into pod people. When I first heard about copulin hormones, I felt the same fear. And according to the article that I'm putting in the description called, the vagina produces a thick fluid known as copulin that has actual mind control effects on the male's brain. If a man is exposed to a woman's copulins over time, she will be able to, number one, change, remove, or insert memories into the man's mind.
Vag produces a liquid that can alter, erase, and insert memories into a man's mind. I hope no one informs the military. There's no telling how they'd misuse this mind-controlling power of pussy.
Number two, tell the male what he sees, hears, feels, smells, and tastes. Number three, insert subconscious thoughts that will surface as his own ideas or behaviors later. And finally, number four, plant trigger words or actions that can cause thoughts, actions, or sensations in the male at later dates, i.e. weeks, days, or even months.
Holy shit! It controls my memory, plants subliminal messages, and can control my action for months? Why in the hell haven't I been told about this? Wait, maybe I did hear about this and the memory was erased and I just don't know it.
That's what the article has to say, and it's kind of scary. So at this point you're asking yourself, how do I protect myself from a woman that's trying to do this to me? And the easiest way to do this is to wear a condom. If you wear a condom, then the copulin hormone won't enter your penis and start to influence you fully.
Okay, I got it. I need to start wearing condoms. It's going to be hard to explain that to my wife, why I'm suddenly insisting on wearing them, but I'm not falling for her shit anymore.
And I say fully because simply being around women, they're releasing these hormones into the air all the time. Apparently they smell like butter, which is the smell I've noticed whenever I'm in a place where I notice girls walking around in their mid to late teenage years.
I could have endless fun with this whole pussy smells like butter thing, but I'm far more concerned about this guy hanging around girls in their mid to late teenage years, and that he's put that much thought into what their vaginal secretions smell like. Have you ever thought maybe you're smelling body spray, or maybe somebody's selling popcorn at the food court? What the fuck? Dude, you're talking about the way jailbait smells. You are one creepy motherfucker.
And I'm guessing that those are the years when they release the most of these hormones when they're approaching their peak fertility. And I believe that it's quite likely that most white knights and manginas have sniffed and been exposed to a little bit too many of these copulin hormones, and thus they can't control themselves and can't behave.
Who in the hell are you to talk about people not behaving? You're hanging around places with teenage girls smelling their buttery vaginas, and you think you have some moral high ground to speak from? Okay, I can't do this whole video. We're gonna skip some of this crazy and just hit my favorite parts.
But besides just sniffing copulins in tiny amounts that are in the air all around us, there's a more powerful delivery system for them that you probably aren't aware of. Apparently the female genitals squirt fluid into the male member, and that's how you get STDs. But that's also how the copulins get inside you as a man, and how the female version of the Jedi mind trick works.
Wait a minute, maybe he's onto something. Maybe I do want to get into this MGTOW thing.
This is not the MGTOW you're looking for.
This is not the MGTOW I'm looking for. Okay, I don't remember Obi-Wan having to shoot anything up a penis to use the Jedi mind trick. Not even in the remastered versions. Are you sure about this?
On the other side of the coin, if a woman swallows sperm, it actually cures morning sickness. So more pregnant women might actually think about spending more quality time with their men.
Okay, I'm just going to be serious here for a moment. This semen theory is just that, a theory. It's speculation that's not been tested, and it comes from a doctor who also suggested swallowing semen can cure depression. His theory on morning sickness is that women's bodies are rejecting the sperm that created the child as a foreign substance, the way a body might reject a transplant, and that by swallowing sperm, the body accepts it as non-harmful. That's like saying you can stop the body from rejecting a new liver by eating the person it came from. This quack just wants women to swallow.
Now I'm going to read to you how exactly the vagina monster is unleashed to control your mind through something called coupling. So here goes. Through the process of coupling, a female and male will lay relatively still without having sex with the penis inside the vagina. The process may take up to 15 minutes and work faster and more efficiently when the female is on top of the male.
Who in the hell's laying there for 15 minutes, dick in, and not moving? Hell, that half a cup of liquid shooting up your pee hole would be enough to make you move. That's a lot of fluid headed in the wrong direction. You're gonna feel that. He goes on to tell us this fluid is attracted to sperm. Enters your testicles, then your bloodstream, and then your brain, which is how the women get you with their mind-controlling pussies. He warns us not to keep our dick in there too long, lest we be taken by the penis snatchers.
So let me warn all of you guys listening out there. Don't enter a woman's vagina and overstay your welcome, because if you do, then you might actually have to deal with your own version of the invasion of the penis snatchers.
This seems like another good place to remind everybody, I didn't go looking for this shit. This lunatic was recommended repeatedly.
And the article goes on to say this. Some women report having conflicting issues of morality concerning coupling, as well as the effects of copulence producing a false sense of happiness in the male. And others more boldly state that they see no problem with coupling and have coupled with their husbands while they were asleep. This is usually done in the morning when the male is naturally erect from a relaxing night of sleep. And women have given testimonies about the influence of coupling and what effect it's had on their husbands. For example, they routinely do all the housework and are far more eager to spend time with the children. So besides the possibility of turning men into zombies, it also turns them into beta males. But I want to warn you guys out there not to talk to women about coupling. In fact, I'm even scared to bring this topic up because there are women listening to this right now, and some of them are probably thinking to themselves, "Thank you, Sandman, for teaching us how to control our men."
I'm fairly certain that's not what they're thinking. For instance, when my wife was listening along, her reaction was, "This guy's never had sex, has he?" Or at least that's how I remember it. She could have planted that thought. Guys, the reason I recommend you don't discuss this with women is because they're gonna think you're fucking insane.
In my own life, I've rarely had sex without condoms, even in long-term relationships. And I'm sure that to some extent it protected me from the copulence, but most of my partners basically wanted me not to use condoms.
I believed you when you said, "In my own life, I've rarely had sex." But I'm calling bullshit on every word after that.
And I've also fallen asleep during sex many times, and I'm glad that I was wearing a condom, because if I hadn't, who knows if I had actually coupled with her and woken up with the urge to become a permanent mangina.
That's it. I'm done. I can't take anymore. You've fallen asleep during sex many times? How the fuck? Dude, let me help you out here. I don't think you like women. I'm not saying you're gay, but you might want to at least give dick a chance. Though now I'm afraid of what you'll post about the smell of penis and balls. On second thought, maybe chastity's the way to go. If you want to go watch the full crazy, it's linked down below. For you MGTOWs out there, I'm not judging you by this guy. I'm only judging him and the people who recommended him. That's going to do it for this one. I'm going to go see if my wife will use her mind control powers to erase this shit from my memory. As always, like, share, and subscribe. I am the Ranting Monkey, and I will see you next time.